Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm so delighted that you tuned in today. My name is Tuya, and in this video I'm gonna share possibly life-changing information. You know, I believe in the Chinese proverb that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So by you coming across this video could be your first step to changing the rest of your life. So what am I going to be talking about? I'm going to be talking about ways to come to America legally. So whether you have a relative or not here in the United States, whether you've gone to school or not, I am going to show you ways that you can join us because there is room for so many of us. Okay guys, the next type of visa is employment. This is exciting. I also get a lot of emails on this one. People ask me, can I get a job in America? Yes, you can. So you can come here on what they call the J visa or the HB visa. So this type of visas is issued by American companies looking for skilled workers in areas that Americans are not filling those positions. Jobs such as nursing, being a doctor, pharmacy, being a teacher, you can come to America to work on those fields. Those are just examples. That's not like the exhaustive list. Those are like the most common ones is teaching, nursing, being a professor. So you can come here on HB visa or J visa, and once you find an employer and they link you up with employment, you will sign a contract either as a temporary work, and then some people sign a contract of 3 years, and in exchange of that company filing for you a green card. A green card is permanent residency, meaning that you can work. It's commonly called green card, right? Green card. Let's just call it green card, meaning you can work and live in America permanently, and after 5 years of being a resident continuously, you qualify to become a US citizen. So actually this is one of the straight up ways to come here. So if you're listening to this and you're a registered nurse around the world, as long as your college, the college that you went, is certified by your board of nursing, you will need to do an examination called NCLEX. I have done a video actually with a guest called Zeph, and he outlined every information that you need to know about coming here as a nurse. So look up that information on YouTube. So that's one type of way to come here to America. I'm going to talk to you about another way in my next clip. Okay, my next type of visa is the student F1 visa. This is one of my favorite visas. Why? I've always been singing that the US consular or the US embassies around the world do not have a quota, meaning they don't put limits on how many visas, student visas they can issue. So they can even issue 1 million student visas a day as long as you meet the requirements. So with the student visa, you need what they call an I-20. So you need an acceptance in a university, either a community college or a 4-year university or a graduate school, or coming here to do PhD. So this type of visa requires either for you to have a scholarship or have funding, proof of funding for 1 year. When you go to the embassy, they will ask you for proof of funding for 1 year. The reason they want proof of funding for 1 year, look up my videos. I've done a lot of videos about this. After 1 year, you are allowed, you can be allowed if you request to work off campus. So they assume when you work off campus, you'll be able to finance your schooling, okay? So this is one way and one of the easiest ways to come here. So the hardest job for this one is finding a scholarship and finding funding for the first year. But nothing is impossible, guys. I hope you'll consider this one. I'm rooting for this one. Ask me questions. I know a lot about this because I came through a student visa and now I'm a citizen. So let's talk about the next type of visa. Hi, the next type of visa is called DV lottery. It is commonly known as green card lottery. So this is just type of luck type of thing. So I'd advise everybody not to put all their eggs on that one because it is only limited. It is a diversity visa that was passed by the US government so that they can bring other people to America to diversify America culturally. So it is capped at 55,000, I think, 50,000 people can come here through that visa. So what are the chances? A lot of millions of people do file for it. So I encourage you to file for it. All you need is your passport and a photo. I've done a video on this one. For this year, it's already passed. We had it closed in November. Was it November 9th? Yes, it was November 9th. So this one is already gone. But if you didn't get a chance, it's your chance now to look for a passport. Make sure by next year, there's a fly coming here around. So make sure by next year, October, you have your passport ready and your photo and apply. It's free. Do not pay anybody. Don't be scammed. I've done a whole video, guys. I have spoon-fed you. You're the luckiest people. So go look in my YouTube channel for that DV, how to fill the form and all that. So like I said, don't count on this one. However, keep trying, because if you win, you get to bring all your family, your first family, right? You get to bring all your family, and that's all you need to do. Just fill out the form, and luck be to you. You win, it will be awesome. So that's one type of visa that you can come here through. So that's one type of. Okay, so this other way of coming to America is through family petition. So if you have your first family, meaning your mother, your dad, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your husband or wife, and they're US citizens or they own a green card, they can file for you to come here. They can petition for you to come and live and work in America. So for this one, it just applies to first family. So and I know we are all not lucky, so don't worry. That's why I'm sharing different ways. And don't give up just because you don't know anybody. It doesn't mean it's the end of you. It's not. The people that we are talking, you're looking at one person today who is talking, did not have any first family filing for her. But you can use any of the type of visas that I talked about and then use it as a gateway to your goal. I hope your overall goal is in the end to become a US citizen. So for this one, can your cousin file for you? No, it's only first family. Can your grandparents file for you? No, they cannot. However, you can file for someone who you have been supporting as a guardian. They have restrictions on that one. I have a friend of mine who filed for her nephew and her niece because her sister died and she was supporting them. However, they need evidence that you've been supporting them and that you've lived with them for at least 2 years. So supporting them, they have to show evidence. The person filing for you have to show evidence of probably sending them money, maybe pictures of, going to visit them. The 2-year requirement, my friend had to go actually to Kenya and had to go on. It doesn't have to be 2 years continuously. So she used to go like for 6 months, then come back for about 1 month, and then go back to get the 2 years. So so if you know someone that needs that type of visa, please tell them and have a conversation around this. So this type of visa is for relatives. Okay, so this type of visa might feel almost discriminatory because it's like, oh, you either are lucky or not. But you can actually take steps by, if you know an American that you like, or you can actually start dating an American. And if you fall in love, obviously do it for love. If you fall in love, then they can file for you. First, they'll file for you what they call is it K1 visa, fiancé visa, if you've watched the 90-day fiancé visa. So they'll invite you to come here and you have to marry within 90 days. Once you marry, they'll petition for you as a spouse. And it's one of the easiest straight up ways to actually get a green card and citizenship. So if you're married for 3 years, you can file for citizenship 3 years through marriage. However, if your marriage doesn't work, and breaks within like the 3 years, you can separate, and because you weren't married for 3 years, you'll be required to have the permanent residency for at least 5 years to become a US citizen. So if you're still married for 3 years, you can get citizenship after 3 years. If you part ways before the 3 years, you're gonna have to wait for 5 years to become a US citizen. And once you become a US citizen, you can file for your brothers, you can file for your sisters, you can file for your children, you can file for your immediate family. So it's not all lost. It's not like it's only like, oh, lucky them. You can also do something about this. And I'm not saying marry for papers, I'm saying marry for love, and then that's the benefit, right? And I have done a video actually, because I know some of you will come here as visitors, some of you will come here on different types of visas. I've done a video on how to date, for guys, on how to date an American. I've given you tips on how to treat a girl, how to be a gentleman, what to do on your first date. Please look it up on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do a video. I am going to do a video on online dating. I'll give you my experience and the experience of my friends. I have tons of friends who did online dating, and they are now married, and they've been married for a while. So I'll give you information, I'll get their tips and give you information, guys. So let's get to the next tip. Okay, let's talk about the most requested type of visa: tourist visa or business visa. So it's also called B1 or B2. So this type of visa, you need an invitation. You can come for a graduation, you can come for baptism, you can come for shopping, or you can come for business purposes if you want to come and train shortly for a conference, or just coming to train for a certain kind of business. So this is the most requested visa, and I think because people think this is the easiest way to come. If it's true, it's one of the easiest ways to come here because it doesn't require a lot in terms of financing. However, it requires for you to prove to the embassy that you have social and family ties in your country, so it can be challenging. So this type of visa, varies how long you're given. This visa varies from country to country. In Kenya, for instance, you'll get a 5-year visa. However, when you get at the port of entry, they'll give you a shorter time to stay here. So depending on why you're coming here, let's say you're coming for a conference that will last for 2 weeks, it is possible that the port of entry immigration officer will give you a stamp to stay in this country for a month. Usually they give you a stamp that ranges between 1 month to 6 months. So I don't know, guys, why do you request this type of visa a lot? Can you tell me in the comments section below, why do you think? Because people email me a lot, say I want to come there to visit. I want to come there to visit. So you need an invitation, or if you don't have an invitation, you just need to show that you are able, why you're coming. You need to convince the consular why you're coming here and that you have strong ties to your home country. So that's the most difficult part. That's the most difficult part. Even though people feel like it's the easiest way, it's actually one of the hardest ways to prove to the embassy that you are going to go back. So like I've shared in many of my videos, the US consular is always trained to assume that anybody going to the US embassy has the intention to immigrate to the United States permanently. So it's up to you to prove to the consular that you are coming here just temporarily, even though they might not know your intentions, but your conversations and your evidence with them need to show that you are coming to the United States temporarily, that you're not coming permanently. I have done a video on the drawbacks and the drawbacks. I've done a video on the drawbacks and the benefits of this type of visa. So look up on my YouTube channel if you want information about this type of visa. So the visitor's visa or the tourist visa. You need an invitation. It's only for a short term, and when you get here, you don't get the working papers. So that's one of the challenges. Like I said, I've done more details on this type of visa in my video, so look it up. Okay, let's go to the next visa type. The next way to come here is through what they call Assylum. Oh my goodness, I don't think a lot of people utilize this, but I believe a lot of people qualify for this. So this is the type of visa that is granted to people who are being persecuted in their home countries. For instance, if you have a political stand and you've made that political stand known to public, and your government is threatening you, or maybe your community is threatening you because of your views, and if your threats are credible, you qualify. Actually, you can go to the US Embassy and request to file for asylum. So for political persecution purposes, for religious purposes. So let's say you're a Christian or a Muslim, and your community is against your religion and they are threatening to stone you. I'm using stone because I usually hear those kind of stories. They are threatening your life and the lives of your family because maybe you converted from Christianity to Muslim, or maybe from Muslim to Christianity, or whatever religion that you belong, and either your government or your community is issuing threats either by phone call or directly to you, and your life is in danger. You are welcome to go to the US Embassy and request to file for asylum. They need to know that these threats are credible. Another way that people don't utilize is if you come from a community, women, this is for you. If you come from a community that is forcing you as a woman to be circumcised against your will, you qualify to file for asylum. You just need evidence though. Some of the evidence is newspapers, like newspaper. This is, by the way, this is not legal advice. I need to like put that disclaimer, but I'm giving you information that I know. So you need evidence such as newspaper. Let me just leave it at that so that I'm not giving you legal advice. So if guys, you're listening to me and you come from a community that, you know, practices, is it called the FGM? Is it FGM? Whatever it is, circumcision, like if they want to force you or your children are in danger of that, you qualify to file for asylum. So with this one, you just need to go to the embassy, your country or the nearest country embassy, and request to file for asylum. Most likely they will accept you to come here, and they'll give you papers to live and stay permanently in the US. However, within that period of time that you're being given the refugee, it's almost like a refugee status. It is actually refugee status. You're not allowed to visit that country that you are running away from until you become a citizen. And sometimes becoming a citizen can take up to maybe 7 years or something like that. So just to let you know, I'm throwing that in. I should do a video about this, right? So asylum, that's one way of coming to the United States legally. I believe I've covered most of the ways that I wanted to talk to you about. If you have any questions, please email me, TuiyaStudio@gmail.com. So guys, okay, so I almost forgot about this. So if you are a homosexual, a gay, lesbian person living in Africa, and your community, whether church, your family, your country, is threatening to lock you up or threatening to harm your life or to harm the life of your partner, you can go to any US embassy in your country or the nearest country and request to file for asylum. Actually, for this case, even for political reasons and the other cases that I told you about, you can go to any of the Western Europe countries. I believe Western Europe countries can also take you as an asylee. So I didn't want to forget that part. I almost forgot. I was like, oh, there's another population that can qualify for asylum. So if you are bisexual, if you're homosexual, if you are gay, lesbian, I'm sorry if I'm leaving any other group, but if you identify as one of those and your life is being threatened, you qualify to come to America as an asylee. Just need to go to the embassy and inquire how to get started. Okay? Thank you. So that's about it, guys. I hope you found a way that suits your circumstances, that suits you, that suits your pockets. There is so many other ways that you could come. I just covered like the ways that are common to come here. I don't know everything, but this is information I believe you can use to immigrate to the United States of America. Like I'm always welcoming you to ask me questions. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, like everything I'm doing so that you can promote my channel, okay? I will talk to you in my next video. Until then, kwaheri. God bless you.